I should have known something was wrong the moment he said, "You're the only person I can trust." But back then, it felt like love. We met on a rainy Tuesday. Nothing dramatic. Just a small coffee shop, bad music, and a conversation that lasted way longer than it should have. His name was Daniel. He had this way of looking at you, like you were the only thing in the room that mattered. And honestly, I needed that. I had just gotten out of a relationship that drained me, left me feeling invisible. So when Daniel came into my life, attentive, kind, intense, it felt like a second chance. He told me he worked in logistics, long hours, unpredictable schedule. But he always made time for me. At first, everything felt perfect. He'd text me good morning, call me at night, remember little things, my favorite drink, the way I liked my eggs, even the fact that I hated horror movies. It was almost too perfect. About 2 weeks in, he asked me something strange. "Do you ever feel like people watch you, even when you're alone?" I laughed it off, thought he was joking. But he didn't laugh. He just stared at me, serious. "Just forget I asked," he said. And I did. Or at least, I tried to. Things moved fast after that. He started staying over more often. Then he practically moved in. He didn't have much stuff, just a duffel bag and a laptop he never let out of his sight. That was the first real red flag. He'd take it everywhere, bathroom, kitchen. Even when he slept, it stayed right next to him. I asked him about it once. He smiled. "Work stuff. Confidential." That word, confidential, came up a lot with him. Confidential job, confidential clients, confidential problems. And somehow, I never questioned it. Because when you care about someone, you don't want to believe anything bad about them. You explain things away. You tell yourself it makes sense, even when it doesn't. The first real strange moment happened late one night. I woke up around 3 a.m. The bed was empty. Daniel was gone. At first, I thought he went to the bathroom, but then I heard it. Whispering, soft, urgent, coming from the living room. I got up quietly, my heart already racing. As I got closer, I realized he wasn't on the phone. He was talking to someone, but there was no one there. "I told you she doesn't know," he whispered. A pause, then, "No, she won't find out." I froze. My brain tried to make sense of it. Maybe he had earbuds in. Maybe it was a call. But something felt off. Wrong. I stepped into the room. "Daniel?" He jumped, like really jumped. Then he slammed the laptop shut so fast it startled me. "What are you doing up?" he asked. His voice was sharp, almost angry. I had never heard that tone before. I heard you talking." He stared at me for a second too long. Then he smiled, that same calm, reassuring smile. "Just work. Go back to bed." But I didn't. Not really. Because something had shifted, and deep down, I knew it. I just didn't want to admit it. Looking back now, that was the moment everything changed. I just didn't realize how bad it would get. After that night, things started to feel different. Not obviously, not in a way you could easily point to, but enough that I noticed. Daniel became more distant, not cold, just distracted, like his mind was always somewhere else. He still said all the right things, still kissed me goodbye, still held me at night, but something was off. And the worst part? I couldn't prove it. So I stayed quiet. until the messages started. It began with a single notification on his laptop. He had left it on the couch, something he never did. I wasn't trying to snoop, I swear, but the screen lit up, and I saw it. No mistakes this time. That was the message. No name, no number, just that. My stomach dropped. I shouldn't have looked, but I did. I opened the laptop. Locked, of course. But the message stayed on the screen long enough for me to read it again. No mistakes this time. What mistakes? And what was he doing that couldn't afford mistakes? That night, I asked him. Tried to keep it casual. Hey, what do you actually do? Like, really? He paused, just for a second, but I noticed. Then he smiled again. You trust me, right? That question. It wasn't really a question. It was a test. And I passed it. Of course, I said. Biggest mistake of my life. Because from that moment on, he stopped hiding. Not completely, but enough that I started to see things I wasn't supposed to. Late-night calls, strange packages delivered with no return address, and once, blood. Just a small stain on his sleeve. He said it was from work. I didn't ask more. I should have. God, I should have. The truth didn't come all at once. It never does. It came in pieces, fragments, things that didn't make sense until they did. It happened about a month later. Daniel forgot his laptop password. That's what he said. He asked me to help him reset it, and for the first time, I had full access. I wish I hadn't. At first, it looked normal. Emails, documents, schedules. But then I found a folder. No name, just a blank icon. I opened it, and that's when everything fell apart. Inside were files, photos, people. Dozens of them, different faces, different places, all labeled with dates. And one word. Completed. My hands started shaking. I scrolled. More faces, more completed. And then, one that wasn't. A photo. Of me. My breath caught in my throat. Underneath it, a date. 3 days from now. And the word? Pending. That's when I realized. This wasn't just some shady job. This wasn't just secrets. I wasn't his girlfriend. I was a target. I didn't confront him. I couldn't. My brain went into survival mode. Act normal. Pretend you didn't see anything. Stay alive. That became my only goal. When he came home that night, I smiled, kissed him, asked about his day, like nothing had changed. But everything had. Every word he said felt like a lie. Every touch felt dangerous. And I started noticing things I had ignored before. The way he locked doors behind him. The way he checked windows. The way his eyes scanned the room, like he was always assessing, calculating, planning. I barely slept, because I knew. I had 3 days. 3 days until whatever pending meant happened. I thought about running, going to the police, telling someone. But what would I say? My boyfriend might be planning to kill me because of a folder on his laptop? It sounded insane. And deep down, I knew something worse. If he was that careful, then he had a plan for everything, including me trying to escape. So I did the only thing I could think of. I stayed, and I waited. The second twist came when I realized I wasn't the first. That night, I couldn't sleep again, so I went back to the laptop, carefully, quietly. I opened the folder again. This time, I looked closer.
patterns, locations, dates. And then I noticed something strange. Some of the photos looked familiar. Not from the internet, from real life. People I had seen before, at the grocery store, at the gym, even one of my neighbors. I checked the dates. Completed. Days after I had last seen them. My chest tightened. This wasn't random. He wasn't just doing this somewhere else. He was doing it here, around me, using my life as cover. And then it hit me. That first question he asked, "Do you ever feel like people watch you, even when you're alone?" He wasn't paranoid. He was warning me. Or maybe testing me. And I failed. The night of the date came faster than I expected. 3 days passed like a blur. Every second felt like a countdown. And then, it was time. He came home early. Too early. "Let's go out tonight," he said. "Just us." My heart dropped. This was it. I nodded, forced a smile. "Yeah, I'd like that." We drove in silence, the kind that feels heavy, thick, like something is about to break. He took a turn I didn't recognize, then another and another, until we were somewhere quiet, isolated, no streetlights, no people, just trees and darkness. He stopped the car, turned to me, and smiled, that same smile. But now, I saw it for what it really was. Cold. Empty. "You trust me, right?" he asked again. This time, I didn't answer. He reached into his pocket, slowly, deliberately, and for a second, I thought it was over. But instead of a weapon, he pulled out his phone and showed me something, a screen with a photo of him. And under it, the word pending. My mind went blank. "What is this?" I whispered. He looked at me, and for the first time, he didn't smile. "I thought you knew," he said quietly. "They don't let anyone walk away." A cold wave hit me. "You mean all those people were like me?" he interrupted. "Assigned targets." My heart pounded. "Then why am I on that list?" He hesitated, just for a second. Then he said something I will never forget. "Because I chose you." "I was supposed to finish the job," he continued. "But I didn't. Now, they think I'm compromised." I couldn't breathe. "So, what happens now?" He looked out into the darkness, then back at me. "They send someone else." And that's when I noticed something. A second car parked behind us. I hadn't heard it arrive. I hadn't seen it. But it was there, waiting, watching. Just like he said. Daniel turned to me one last time. "I'm sorry," he whispered. Then he opened the door and stepped out into the dark. I never saw him again. The next morning, the folder on his laptop was gone. Every trace of him, gone. Except one thing. A new photo, added. Date, today. And under it, my name. Pending.